Alright, this is Daniel. For the last few months I've been practicing handstands quite a lot, and while doing so I've taken lots of videos so I can see what they look like and so I can find out how to improve the handstands. Here I'm practicing inside because it's winter, and no, this pink room is not in my house. The first thing I notice is that I'm seriously bent at the hips, which makes it much harder to balance compared to if I could keep my body completely straight. So I had to practice tensing my back muscles more to keep my body more solid and vertical. I was scared of moving my hands around when upside down in case I collapsed under myself, and so to get used to that idea, here I'm deliberately not kicking up hard enough, so I'm just going to fall back down onto my feet and just taking a few pointless steps to get used to the idea. I'm doing all of this on a soft surface, so if I do kick up too hard and go over, it's not actually going to hurt. Learning to walk on my hands also meant that if I'm going to fall over onto my back like I would do here, I can instead do a pirouette bail, where I take one large step and rotate out. Here it feels as if I'm vertical, but most of my weight's behind my hands, so I'm going to fall over straight away. It took me quite a while before I could recognise the feeling of being actually vertical, so I knew what position to aim for in a handstand. Having learned to get into the correct handstand position, I wanted to learn how to hold it for as long as possible. Part of this was practicing taking steps at the right times. The other part was practicing making the muscles around the core work hard to support the weight of the legs and to keep the whole body solid. The four most important parts to this are the following. Firstly, clench the glute muscles behind the hips so you don't collapse like this. Secondly, keep your head between your arms even if you're looking at the ground so you don't lose balance like this. Thirdly, tense the muscles deep inside your core, as if you're trying to get your belly button to touch your spine. This means that you won't end up looking like a drunk scorpion and you'll be able to stay completely vertical. And lastly, squeeze your legs together so they don't wave around like seaweed. It's also more comfortable to be barefoot, so I started doing that when I practiced. I felt like I was really slow at gaining the correct muscle memory, but I'd have a look at the videos every week or so and find that there were small improvements. Sometimes I would balance for longer, and other times I wouldn't need to walk around so much in order to stay on my hands. Sometimes I'd be able to maintain a more straight body position, and other times I'd be more consistent, so there'd be fewer handstands where I'd fall over in the first couple of seconds. I think this video here is the first time that I managed to stay up in a handstand for at least 10 seconds. Now I'm working on keeping my balance even better so that I won't have to shift my hands around underneath me in order to stay upright.